People say that long ago, there was a very intelligent boy named Ma Liang. He loved drawing since he was very young. His parents both died early. He had to chop firewood, cut grass, and earn a living day by day. But he was so poor that he could not afford to buy a brush. One day, when passing by the school gate, Ma Liang saw the teacher drawing. The brush strokes were very beautiful and skillful, which fascinated him. He went closer and said, "I really want to learn to draw. Could you lend me a brush?" The teacher glared at him and shouted, "You poor little beggar, and you want to learn drawing? Are you crazy?" Then he drove Ma Liang out of the school. Ma Liang felt sad and thought, "Why can't poor children learn to draw?" From that moment on, he devoted himself to learning drawing. Every day, he practiced hard. When chopping wood in the mountains, he used sticks to draw birds flying above him. When cutting grass by the river, he dipped his hand in water and drew fish and shrimp on stones. When he returned home, he filled all 4 walls of his house with drawings. As time passed, Ma Liang practiced without wasting a single day, and he improved very quickly. He could draw birds and fish so realistically that people felt like they could hear birds singing and see fish swimming. However, he still did not have a real brush, and he deeply wished to have one. One night, while he was sleeping soundly, Ma Liang saw an old man with white hair and beard appear in his dream. The old man gave him a brush and said, "This is a magic brush. It will help you greatly." Ma Liang looked at the golden, shining brush and happily shouted, "How beautiful this brush is! Thank you, sir. Thank you." Before he finished speaking, the old man disappeared. Ma Liang woke up and realized it was a dream. But no, the magic brush was still in his hand, and he was extremely surprised. Ma Liang used the brush to draw a bird. The bird flew into the sky and chirped happily. He drew a fish, and it swam into the river. Ma Liang was extremely delighted. With the magic brush, Ma Liang used it to help all the poor people in his village. For families without plows, he drew plows. For those without hoes, he drew hoes. For those without lamps, he drew lamps. For those without water buckets, he drew buckets. Everyone soon knew about it. The story of the magic brush reached the ears of a greedy landlord in the village. He sent his servants to capture Ma Liang and force him to draw whatever he wanted. Although Ma Liang was still young, he was very strong-willed. He knew the greed in the hearts of the rich, so he refused to draw anything, no matter how much they tempted or threatened him. The landlord became furious and locked him in a horse stable without food or water. 3 days later, in the middle of heavy snowfall, the landlord went to check on the stable. He thought, if Ma Liang is not dead from hunger, he must be frozen to death. When he approached the stable, he saw a warm red light coming through the cracks and a delicious smell coming out. He peeked inside and saw Ma Liang sitting by a blazing fire, eating baked bread. The landlord was shocked. Where did the fire come from? Where did the bread come from? He immediately realized it all came from the magic brush. Furious, he ordered his servants to kill Ma Liang and seize the brush. more than 10 servants rushed into the stable, but Ma Liang was no longer there. He had escaped by drawing a ladder on the wall. The ladder was still there. When the landlord climbed it, he fell down and the ladder disappeared. After escaping, Ma Liang drew a horse and rode away quickly. Not long after, the landlord and his men chased him. When they got close, Ma Liang drew a bow and arrow. He shot the arrow straight at the landlord, who fell to the ground. Then he continued riding away at full speed. After many days, Ma Liang arrived at a small town and made a living by selling paintings. To avoid being discovered, he often left his drawings unfinished, such as birds without beaks or legs. One day, he drew a white crane without eyes. Accidentally, a drop of ink fell into the painting. The crane came to life and flew away. The incident shocked the whole town, and news reached the king. The king sent officials to bring Ma Liang to the palace. At first, he did not want to go, but he was forced and had no choice. In the palace, the king ordered him to draw according to his wishes. But Ma Liang, who hated the king's cruelty and greed, refused to obey. When the king ordered him to draw a dragon, he drew a toad instead. When the king ordered a phoenix, he drew a bald chicken. The palace became chaotic. The king seized the magic brush and began using it himself. He drew mountains of gold, but they turned into huge stones. When he drew gold bars, they turned into giant snakes. He was terrified, but his greed did not stop. Later, the king forced Ma Liang to draw the sea so he could go sailing. At first, the sea was calm, but once the ship went far, Ma Liang increased the wind and waves. The sea became violent, and the ship was destroyed in a storm. The king and his court were drowned. After the king's death, Ma Liang disappeared. No one knew where he went. Some say he returned to his hometown and lived with farmers. Others say he traveled everywhere, using his magic brush to help poor people.